my.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
That's me.
yes, you have actually, this is perfect. It just has all the products on it, right?
Right. So my thinking was, because this is what the folks are going to see,
Yeah.
and it's organized already. My thinking was, it's already organized with the, I don't know how you call these categories, like the
different style jerseys and
the different styles. As you go from left to right, you get into the more advanced materials.
Yeah.
And that's how I thought what you could talk about.
Yeah. That makes it actually really easy. Well, I do have a list here too that of the changes for this year, which I could just sort of like preview.
Okay.
So maybe that'd make it easy. So what is one thing that they are eliminating this year is the club cut FS Pro jersey. So depending on what you have ordered in the past, let's say you were a medium club, you might want to size up to a large. And again, that depends on your weight. Like if you've gained some weight, obviously then a large would probably fit fine. If you've lost some weight, you might actually want to stay in the same size. Let's say you were a medium club cut, you've lost some weight over the past year, you probably want to stay medium race cut. So that's sort of a rule of, not a rule of thumb, but that's kind of what I'm kind of basing that on. I mean, I'm 6'2", and I, weigh somewhere around 175, 180, and I'm a large race. And I, so that sort of maybe is something that people can go on.
So the take home for that is that the club cut is now only available in the Peloton version of the jersey, right?
Correct. Yeah. So that is like, if you feel more comfortable. Now, the one thing is that the FS Pro, that material does have a little more stretch to it. So whereas the Peloton is a slightly heavier fabric and has a little less stretch, but that does give you that option of going with a club cut.
Right. So Peloton, I mean, you can interrupt me. I don't want to, you're the sales guy, but because I've been doing this for a long time, making my choices.
Yeah.
I tend to stick with Peloton jerseys because I don't need to necessarily have performance. I don't need to wear skin tight material. I like my fit to be a little bit looser. So as you choose from Peloton, it's a little looser material. As you said, it's a different material. It's a little bit heavier. And they even have what's called the club cut that we just were talking about. That's a slightly looser, more comfortable fit. And then as you go into Pro and then Velocity, you get the more high performing materials that are going to be sticking to you a little more aggressively.
Yeah. And that again, it depends on the size that you get. I mean, if you want it to fit a little bit looser, you can just, size up. So that's, yeah.
Right.
That's the option. Obviously, the Pro jersey, the nicer features there, the Peloton has reflective tabs now right by the pockets. The Peloton jersey or the Pro jersey has a reflective binding across the top of the pockets, and it also has a zipper security pocket on the right side.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so those are, little nicer features. The Velocity, that's very similar material, but it only comes in a very snug cut race fit. So the Velocity is definitely leaning more toward that, competitive edge. And of course, that also comes in the Ascent, which is like a climber's jersey that's made out of mesh in the front. So if you're looking for something that's extremely lightweight, and like, let's say you just don't like the heat, it's a very comfortable jersey because it's very minimal. The new long sleeve has more of the aerodynamic kind of dimpled material on the sleeve, from shoulder all the way to your wrist. So that's sort of a nice feature. I mean, especially if people are into time trialing or stuff like that, that can be, if you don't want to go the skin suit route, that's a good option. Now the Peloton also has a long sleeve and a sleeveless cut too. So for anyone looking for a sleeveless, the Peloton is the way to go. The long sleeve thermal, I think that comes right in both the Genesis or the Geotherm, so the thermal fleece line fabric too. That just comes in the one cut as well on the long sleeve. So that's a hybrid between sort of a race and a club cut for the long sleeve. And on the pro side, that just comes now in a race cut long sleeve also, and that is in the thermal or the lighter weight as well.
I'm trying to not scroll too fast, but are you, yeah, okay. So if we were, for example, to go into the pro long sleeve jersey, we'll see those options, right?
Yeah.
So it's
if you select one and then it will.
Okay, then you get, okay, these different fabrics.
Nova fabric is kind of the standard on both the Velocity and the Pro jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, and then on the long sleeve, you have the Geotherm too, or the Nova. So the Geotherm is that thermal fabric, the fleece line fabric. Yeah. So basically the long sleeves, both each in the Pro and the Peloton just come in one cut. So that's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
And the Velocity for that matter. All long sleeves are just a single cut.
Did anybody have any questions about the jerseys?
No, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeff, who else is on? I thought I saw Monica, I think earlier, or maybe that was somebody else.
We have Marion.
Oh,
yeah,
Marion.
hi.
Okay.
I have a question. Yeah, hi. I have a question about the shorts, but
Okay, we'll get to
I
that.
haven't got to that yet. Okay.
Right, okay.
Hi, I'll just introduce myself. It's Phil. I'm on the line as well.
Hi, Phil.
Hi, Phil. So you're just you were scrolling around like the wind jacket. So the vests, you have the choice of either the wind vest or the thermal. Same with the jacket too, wind jacket or thermal. Both the wind vest and jacket now have pockets in the back and reflective binding across the top. The thermal also has three pockets in the back too, but that's, thermal material front and back, whereas the windbreakers have the ripstop nylon on the front, and then they have the breathable mesh in the back. So that allows, keeps you warm in the front, but allows it to breathe, so it's good on days almost to freezing. And then once you get down below freezing, that's when you want to probably use a thermal jacket.
Right.
Or vest. Depending.
It's the pockets that it would be asking for too much for them to do the back sides too, but it's the pockets that sold me on this, the jacket. Because I didn't want just another windbreaker if it didn't have pockets.
Easy access. Yeah.
But a lot of people have this now, and it's a really nice garment.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you just the right amount of protection on a cold day, and if it does get hot, it's still small. It packs up small enough that you can put it in your pocket, which is nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also have the rain jacket, the crystal jacket and vest too for those damper days. That just has the custom collar and side panels. It does have a lot of reflective binding too on the back, so it's very highly reflective garment.
And so the thermal jacket is what you see people wearing in January and February.
Yeah. Good for mountain biking too. I think a lot of people like wearing it mountain biking.
And they have pretty big pockets in the back as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. They're pretty much the same size. The material, of course, is heavier, so they don't have quite as much give, but yeah, there's still plenty of storage.
Okay. So then we go down. These aren't all that popular. I think it's just me and Mike DeFranco have one.
Yeah.
I just got one because I just wanted one.
Yeah. Fit you really
I
well.
can't even like explain why I wanted one. It makes me feel good about me. It's honestly, it's funny. I tell a lot of other women this, that the skin suit is very flattering, like almost no matter what your physique is. It's like a giant Spanx, and it's just but you know, that's what it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to keep you very streamlined, and I really love mine. It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like mine too. And it does have pockets in the back, so that's nice as well. So yeah, and the Velocity is completely unzips in the front too, so it's much easier to put on and off, whereas the Pro Skin suit is more of a traditional hidden zipper in the front and is really, you know, more challenging to put on and off if you're doing it by yourself.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt again. I have the Velocity skin suit, and the zipper comes down and these pieces come apart. So it makes it very easy to get in and out of, especially if you're a lady.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, who did you mention also has one?
Mike DeFranco.
Is he the real tall guy who does time trials?
No, that's Casey Culp.
Oh, well, Casey, there's another guy though, glasses, I forget it, his name. Pretty tall guy though. He's got to be over 6 feet or 6'2", 6'3". He's, I think, as tall as me, is if not taller, and he does time trials. I know he has the speed suit also.
Oh, okay.
So there's a few out there.
Yeah.
A few out there.
It's economical too and very cheap. So you get a jersey and shorts all in one go.
Yeah.
So now we're here to the shorts.
On to the bottoms. Yes. So the Peloton, you know, are more the traditional. I actually grabbed a pair when I was down there, and I know, oh, there we go. The guy was asking about shorts. So I do have a pair of the Peloton shorts, which, if you can see, they have the yoga band, which is really very, very comfortable. It's, you know, specific for women, but it obviously there's no elastic in the waist, so it gives you more of a fit with a wider band that kind of gives you a nice fit. And then it has more of the traditional gripper and elastic leg panel, as opposed to the Pro, which has more of the larger silicone gripper on the leg band. They call it the power gripper. So that's sort of the difference between the Peloton and the Pro. And the Velocity is kind of similar that way too. It also has that big gripper. These are the Velocity shorts here, have a larger gripper on the leg band as well. The Pro shorts, both the Pro and the Peloton both have that yoga band as well too. The Velocity only come in bibs though. So, and I think that's both for men and women. So they're, again, the Velocity or the higher performance, has high compression fabric that's being used. And so it's really snug fit. The Pro is a medium compression, and then the Peloton are sort of, you know, the basic Lycra. They're not, and, you know, they don't have super high compression on them. So a little more give. The material's a little bit heavier as well. So that's the difference between the three bottoms.
And then did you want to talk about the pads?
Yes, you know, I didn't bring them up, but I think they have a variety right here. So the black pad is the Elan pad. That is the base pad that automatically comes with the shorts. I think the Velocity now and Pro are just coming with the red. I thought these had the red pad in them, but the Comp HP pad is the red pad. When you click, I mean, you can actually do it right now if you'd like. Yeah, it gives you the various shorts there. So the Elan is the base pad, and then you have the Orion pad, which is the green one. That's the next level up, and then the Comp HP is the top of the line pad. That's the red one. That's kind of rated. I think it gives you the hours right there. Yeah, like 6+ hour ride time. A lot of people just get the red one because it's, you know, it's good for pretty much any, you know, you can ride in it for an hour, you can ride in it for 6 hours. You know, it's great for centuries and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, Marion, you had a question about.
Yes. So I have a question then. So this will women, the difference, the Peloton versus the Pro, are they the same length?
Yes, they are essentially the same length. I think the bigger difference, the gripper on the leg, of course, is that wider silicone gripper. That is it almost, because I think once you get it in place, it doesn't move because it really kind of adheres to your skin. So the Peloton is maybe gives you a little more, you know, it's not quite as snug fitting around the leg. So that's the big difference. And the material, of course, is different too, but the main thing is the gripper on the leg.
So, but the actual length is not different between the two.
Yeah. Basically,
So then,
they keep it the same so that the artwork all matches up.
So the gripper. So I've always worn. I have a pair of club shorts from many years ago, the pink, when pink was the color. But I've been wearing terry shorts ever since, and I have those silicone. I think that those have the silicone gripper, and the silicone gripper doesn't last very long, and it gets baggy.
Oh, the power band, right?
It gets baggy, and then the shorts just ride up all the time. So is that going to be the same with these, or do you think the silicone gripper lasts a long time? Because I'd rather have that silicone gripper than the. No, I mean I'd rather have the band than the silicone gripper. Well, you know what I mean. I want the band.
Okay.
She wants the one that doesn't stretch out and start curling up, and I know exactly what you mean because I have that too.
So the Peloton, I know I guess we can't actually, because I was going to say if you have a pair and you wanted to show them to me, Marion, but you don't, your video isn't on.
No, my video's not on, and my shorts are a long way away.
Okay, gotcha. Well, if you can see, so this is, it says like Voler, this is the Peloton gripper here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's more like the elastic with a little bit of silicone on it. So maybe that's what you're.
I think she means the other one.
I mean the other one is what the terry shorts have,
Because I have that too.
Yeah.
Actually, I know Voler used to make the terry shorts. I'm not sure if they're still making them. But yeah, so this is the more of the power gripper silicone.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
But,
so I've noticed, like, I was talking to a gentleman when we did the fitting that it will sometimes, I think after, I mean, I've had them for quite a few years and I haven't personally experienced them rolling up, but I think if your leg, like if they aren't snug on your leg, like really, you know, they need to be fitting snug, they will start to roll up because they don't have anything to grab onto. So that can be potentially a sizing issue. I always, you know, tell people, look, like, you know, you can wear your jersey loose or tight or whichever way you want, but you always want your shorts to be really fitting snug because you don't want your pad to be moving around because that can cause other issues. So it's always best, especially, you know, just to get the tightest fitting short is if you can get into the shorts and they're relatively comfortable and don't feel restrictive, that's where you want to kind of be, because you don't want them to be loose because then you'll have problems with that gripper, pad shift, and you know, so it's a bit of a challenge in that regard. That's where like trying shorts on is always really good. That's a little difficult at this time, but we did it, I guess, at the fitting back in November. So
I think the answer to Marion's question, is my own personal opinion, is that it's inherently going to be a problem with that type of gripper. It could be that if you just get a size smaller, but I know I've got a bunch. Jeez, Sorry. I've got a bunch of those kinds of shorts, and I really like them because I don't like having that seam around my thigh. 'Cause I have
Right,
too
and the rolls of fat below
That's my
below the.
sausage leg. So, like I have a pair of what's called a brand called 7 Mesh shorts that I wear mostly, and there's no seams at all. They just go down, and then they get a little bit tighter towards the end. There's no seams, but yeah, they're curling up just a little bit. But I don't know. It's worth it to me to not have sausage legs.
Okay,
See, Jeff,
well,
you don't
that's
have to
good.
worry about sausage legs. But
Yeah,
But
thanks.
Victor also has those, and he's on the line, and he can attest to the fact that he gets that curling too. It's just, I think it's just inherent in that design. No company is better. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Marion, what size? I mean, are your shorts? Do they fit snug, or how
Well,
do they?
my terry shorts, they you know, they fit fine, but you know, after about a season, the silicone has got baggy and curls up, and then you know, it's ineffective. So I was just I mean, I'll still get. I'm sure I'll still get the pro shorts, but
Yeah.
But my other question was on the length, because on the website, the pro shorts look bigger than the Peloton shorts.
You know that's yeah. Oh, you're saying on the website?
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
just
they
thought
are.
maybe they were longer.
Yeah, no,
No, they don't say what the
They are
inseam is.
essentially the same inseam, you know, for both, because they do that basically for the artwork, so the artwork really matches up on
That's
no
great.
matter which
Okay.
style
I
you're
just
getting.
wondered.
So
Thank you.
it's just more the fit that is going to be slightly different.
Okay.
So, oh, one good news too. Originally, they had eliminated the knickers, but they are going to keep. They are going to be available. And you know, I was wondering if they are not on your site. Are they?
No.
Okay, I can have Bill. I'll have Bill add them.
Okay.
I think it's Bill, right? Who's handling your?
Ashley is
Or
my
Ashley, I'm
contact.
sorry. Yes. I'll have Ashley add them because that was just a decision they made 2 weeks ago, because I think enough people were complaining that the elimination, you know, obviously once they found out that they were going away, people were like, no, you can't take them away. But they are only going to be available in the thermal version, I guess. So,
Okay.
which I think if you're getting knickers like that, the thermals are the way to go. Otherwise, knee warmers are perfectly fine for regular shorts.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Good way to think about it.
yeah. So that's a nice addition. I'm using my little cheat sheet here on the other stuff. So to the tri line, I know you have a few people, right, that do triathlons?
Yeah, and there's a few sales. We
Yeah.
get a couple of people.
And that would be me. That's
Oh,
why I'm here. I've been
okay.
waiting until
Hi,
this
Phil.
part. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Jeff.
So, so they have now added, and I'm still waiting for the new samples. I think, yeah, you have the Tri-Core, the Endurance Tee. I'm like actually wondering if they are included in here. Could you scroll down a little further there? Oh yeah, then the Endurance Shorts. You know, it doesn't look like they've added there's a new line, and I haven't actually received, I have one sample in medium, but they have added this higher end line of tri-gear. It will be available, I mean, it's supposed to be available, I think, to ship in March. So that's maybe not why it's on here, but I'll talk to them, like we can even do a reorder later in the spring that will include them.
Yeah, we do that typically anyway.
Yeah, Jeff, let me ask you a specific question. And I think we spoke last year, probably about this time. And
Yeah.
so generally I'd be a size medium.
Yes.
But the mediums that I've gotten in the past are just so tight. And I know that, you know, sometimes tri-gear likes, you know, they like to be tight, but they're just very uncomfortable. And I've been hesitant to go to a size large because really my waist is not, I'm a 31. And so, you know, the sizing guide says that you go to a size large, now you're talking 35 waist. So what's your suggestion?
That's a good question. Yeah, because I'm not totally familiar with the Tri stuff. I've tried it on, but it's been a little while, and that's why I'm waiting for these new samples to come in. After you've worn them for a while and washed them, have they gotten a little more comfortable, or are they still?
No, yeah, I've tried the medium twice, and I have used, I know every manufacturer is different, but twice I've tried the medium from the Voler, and they've been just so tight. And so I've gone with other brands that just seem to be a little bit more pliable and therefore comfortable. And so you have to be comfortable. I mean, I'm at that point where comfort's really important too. So.
Oh, especially if you're doing any longer triathlons, you really.
Yeah.
I'm sure comfort is going to be key as you're getting into the latter stages.
Yeah.
So I would say, the large, I mean, if it's that uncomfortable, then obviously the large, I think, because what's your height again, Bill?
Mm-hmm. So height 5'11".
Okay.
And weight about 162, 165.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Because that definitely, I would say go with the medium, but if it's getting uncomfortable, I would almost recommend, especially when I get the new, and I do have a medium here of those new samples that maybe, because do you live in Westchester area?
I do. Yeah. Right in Westchester.
I mean, I'm right in Phoenixville. We could even meet, I could even do something where, I could give you the samples and you could just try them on and get them back from you.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a giant.
So I think maybe that's something if you want to get some, I think we should give it a try. And, And I can just give you a couple samples and you can check them out at your leisure and then get them back from you whenever it's convenient.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm not doing a lot of fittings these days, so there's not a whole lot of demand.
So I'll send out reminders. Phil, if you don't have Jeff's contact information, I'm going to send out another order reminder this week anyway, and you guys can connect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, if the Zoom kicks off, just join the meeting using the same number. As I'm just going to scroll down.
Yeah.
We do have these other things too.
Yes. The trail. So this is more the mountain bike line. The trail jersey is very basic. There's no pockets, V-neck. Then they have the new 3/4 length trail jersey, which has more of a box kind of, it's a V with a little, horizontal section right below the neck. And then, there's the long sleeve trail. And the cross country jersey, that's basically, it's a very casual 5-inch zipper with 3 pockets in the back. There's no elastic in the sleeves or in the waist. Some people like it even on the road because it's just a very loose, comfortable fitting jersey, and it's very reasonably priced as well. So
that's right. This is what I was talking to you about a couple of years ago, because they took away the non-elastic finish. But the non-elastic finish, if people don't want the gripping finish on their other jerseys, they can ask for that in the special instructions. But this is the thing, I didn't even know this was available to order. So just a more comfortable fit.
Yeah, the Peloton, they will, it's mostly, I think, for women, but they'll remove the elastic in the waist on the Peloton jersey.
Yep, I actually had a man ask me about that today, and I said, okay, I'll show you what it looks like.
Oh, they'll do it for men too. Typically women, but they'll do, you just put it in the special instructions and they'll not attach it.
I'm going to follow up on that for everyone too. And then I'm really excited about this. The jog bra. It's my contribution as president to this club. We've already sold a couple of these, so I'm happy. But
you said it was one of the best fitting sports bras that you've ever had, right?
It really is. So, and I can't wait to get it, because it's a standalone piece for people who run or whatever and just want that, but it'll be nice underneath the jersey. And then I like the way, you know, we had everything filled in with the kit design, because then you can see that, you know, what doesn't have the kit design on it just has the basic logo, etc. So you see
Yeah.
the base layers.
Yeah, so yeah, you have, and then you have the all mountain shorts, which is more of a casual, you know, a lot of mountain bikers just like a baggy short. So yeah, that's a nice, you know, it has 2 pockets in the front and then 1 side pocket in the rear that you can zip. It's a security zipper pocket. They're all actually have zippers. So that's a nice, you know, casual short, or if you're into mountain biking, or, and then the 3 base layers as well. I don't see the sleeve. Oh yeah, there it is. It's sleeveless, but it's kind of showing sleeve. So that's a little,
Right.
but yeah, it's a sleeveless, the short sleeve and the long sleeve. And you can get those too. The sleeveless only comes in the, I forget the name of that fabric, but it's the same material as on the bibs. And then the short sleeve and long sleeve come in the thermal geotherm fabric as well too. So if you're looking for a thicker winter base layer, they're really nice. And then you have the arm warmers. So the arm warmers are going to mimic your jersey as well, right?
Yep.
That's
It
cool.
carries out the rest of the pattern.
Yeah. And so the knee, the leg warmers, and they both come in that lighter weight or the Yukon thermal fabric. The shoe covers, you also have the 2 options there, which is the one is really just more for aerodynamics. The other one is a wind and water resistant material. So that's good in the winter time. Caps are, I know, a big plus. They're super comfortable.
I love them. I
Yeah.
have one. It's really cute.
And then the gloves, of course, the thermal beanie, and then the neck gaiter, which I'm actually wearing one here. I pretty much wear it all the time now because it's can double as a mask. I actually fold it over twice and kind of it makes a pretty good mask. Or the thermal one is actually very thick and makes a really good mask as well.
Yep.
So
does anybody have any more specific questions, as we're just about to run out of time?
What type of shoe covers are they? Would you say they're thermal, or are they more for rainy times?
yeah, they're more, so there's the thin one, which is just really for aerodynamics. And then the other one, I forget the name of the material on that, but that's more for cold weather riding. So it's not really thermal, but it's a windproof and water resistant material. And it has, you know, the hole for the cleat, and then it also has a hole in the heel too, so it doesn't, you know, you can still walk around in it when needed.
And where do they zip up? Tell me they zip up. Do they zip up? They're not just stretchy, are they?
Oh yeah, there is a zipper on the back. I think
Yeah.
of both of them. Yeah, you can. I think you see it in the diagram there. There's like a little.
I've got a pair, Michelle, of the just the regular ones. I can show you.
Does anybody have a sports bra? I'm dying to see a sports bra.
Michelle, I have all of them. So we'll connect and we can play lingerie party.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show up in the parking lot and go. We should do it like as a fundraiser for breast cancer or something. Whatever. And by the way, hey, John Donahue. It's good to see your face. Any other questions?
Very helpful.
Well, thank you, Jeff, so much. I did record this, and I'll post it, and I'll also send out information. I'm just going to be nagging people between now and the end of the year to make their purchases. And
because I forget, when does your order close?
it's technically January 4th.
Okay.
But I'm telling people the end of the year so that, you know, just because then after New Year's, they'll say, oh, I missed it. And I'll go, no, you didn't.
Since you're recording all this, now they all know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for organizing it, Michelle.
Thank
Good to hear your
you.
voice,
You're welcome.
Marion.
Thank you.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
All right.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. And yeah, if anybody does want to try stuff on, we can certainly do that too. So,
Yeah, well,
I mean, we can figure out.
if there's something specific, let me see if I can search. Can't seem to make this big again. Oops.
Because we have a pretty good setup here as well, in that, you know, people can come into the garage and use the bathroom, and it's really socially, we can, you know, keep it distant and comfortable.
Right. I mean, you could even just meet someone somewhere if they want to go into a public restroom, which just seems weirder than go into.
Exactly. Exactly. Or,
Okay,
you know,
we'll figure it out. But Michelle, I don't know if she's still on, but I've got her covered for
the
there's
bra.
the other Michelle. There's two Michelles on the board.
Yeah.
All right. It's good to
Cool.
see you, Jack, Carol.
Good to
All right,
see you.
Good seeing everybody.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
It's so
Very
fun.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's funny. I do this stuff with my son every day, but I never do it personally. So.